Hello, my name is Majd Yahya, and I conduct research within the Psychiatry and Behavioral Neurosciences Department here at Wayne State University under the direction of Dr. Shane Perrine. Today, I will be talking about the research that I've conducted, which examines differences in initial cognitive response following fentanyl abstinence in male and female rats. The importance of this research lies within the fact that the opioid epidemic as a whole continues to plague society, with fentanyl being more prominent than ever before. Now, although you may have seen research before that discusses the dangers of fentanyl during fentanyl use, research that illustrates the long-term effects of fentanyl following fentanyl use is comparatively scarce. Therefore, within our study, we viewed long-term cognition following repeated increases in doses of fentanyl across multiple days, where we expected sex differences to be present. Within this experiment, all rats received 3 daily subcutaneous injections 3 hours apart of either saline, low-dose fentanyl, or high-dose fentanyl over a 12-day period. Additionally, a chronic escalating fentanyl administration model was used to model human addictive phenotypic behavior, where the progression of doses can be viewed within this table. Furthermore, as viewed by the experimental timeline, a 9-day abstinence period occurred prior to a Barnes maze test. This Barnes maze test utilized this observed arena where 2 trials were conducted per day over 5 days, and all trials ended once rats entered the open hole. Additionally, EthoVision software was used to view distance traveled and latency measures, and GraphPad was utilized to analyze and graph our results. Now, what did our results show? Well, within figures 2A and 2B, the amount of time it took each rat to find the hidden zone was examined. The latency was analyzed through the utilization of a Tukey's multiple comparison test, where a significant difference between the latency of the fentanyl high-dose group and the control group was found only on day 1, trial 1 for the male cohort. Furthermore, within figure 3A, distance traveled findings can be viewed by sex. In both trials 1 and 2, on day 1, female rats traveled significantly further than male rats prior to entering the hidden zone. Now, did fentanyl dose influence these distance traveled findings? Well, by viewing figures 3B and 3C, we can see that there are no significant dose-dependent effects that explain the difference between male and female distance traveled metrics. This illustrates that the differences in distance traveled findings on day 1 were solely sex-related. Overall, it was viewed that sex is an important behavior indicator only when viewing initial spatial learning or cognitive differences. Additionally, subtle sex differences in cognition were initially found regardless of fentanyl dose. Further investigations will examine cognitive flexibility of rats following opioid exposure through the use of a probe trial, through the examination of different opioids, and through polydrug use exposure. Thank you very much for your time.